Everybody is accusing Ahmed the IGP. Yes, and you say, well, that is it, because once he's the IGP, definitely will be pointing fingers on him. But his hands are also tight in the sense that he has no control. Not that he doesn't even know how to handle the issue, but the politician will not allow this man to work. That is the main issue about Bawku. Not that people will not be able to handle Bawku issue, but before he steps Bawku, people have to tell him, do this and do that. And when they also get into, that is exactly what they are going to do. Until Ghanaians, we are up and doing to advise the politicians to stay out of chieftaincy issue. This Bawku issue will not be solved. We must come clear. And it's just like what I said the other time. When you look at matters affecting chieftaincy, it is indicated clearly in the 1992 Constitution. But brother, why can't you go by that? We are trying to even wanting to refer this matter to His Royal Majesty Asantine to solve this problem. When you knew very well that we have court of competent jurisdiction which could handle this issue, yet we are pushing it to that end. It's unfortunate. And let me tell you, after the police, okay, well, fine, for me, they have no option. The only thing is to do is to try to remove the police. And if you say that you're taking the police out of Bawku, Bondure, now Bondure, why should they attack Bondure? Bondure, until just recently, almost everybody knew that Bondure is what is being owned by Kusachis. Meanwhile, it is not true. So you can see that there are more pushes there. You can see that there are more pushes in Kuchga. That is why they have been targeting this area. Now, the question about Bawku is, who owns the land? That is the main issue. People want to know who owns the land. Now, everybody reads about Nagbewa. Everybody read about it. And again, my brother, when you take any history book of Ghana that contains the ethnic groups of Ghana, you see Fantis, Farfaras, Dagombes, and what of you. Again, my brother, you will not see Hausa to be part of ethnic groups of Ghana. You will not see Bisa to be part of ethnic group of Ghana. You will not see Moshi to be ethnic groups of Ghana. Why? Because historians did not capture them, and for that matter, they are not Ghanaians. I am equally putting that challenge to you to go through the ethnic groups of Ghana, whether you see Mampushi to be part of the ethnic group of Ghana or no. And I'm equally putting that challenge to use one single historian that mentioned Kushashi to be part of ethnic groups of Ghana. There is no history book. But we have houses today, we have business too. They are born and bred in Ghana, and for that matter, they are Ghanaians. The question then is, when did they become Ghanaians? That is the issue. When did they become Ghanaians? So, in other words, if they are Ghanaians today, we want to know when did they become Ghanaians. The same thing happened. Mampusi will tell you that they are the descendants of Nagbewa. If you ask the government, they will say they are descendants of Nagbewa. If you ask Mosi, they will say they are descendants of Nagbewa. There is no way you can hear Kusati. The other time they said they are also part of Nagbewa too. One of their historians came out to say, no, we are not part of Nagbewa. So which is which? Now, if Nagbewa was welding between Pusiga to Burkina Faso, spreading up to the southern sector, spreading up to Burkina Faso and then Togo, and somebody to come within that territory to say that he owns land, we want to know whether that person is also related to Nagbewa. That is the issue. Now, Kushatis are claiming that Bawku belong to them. Mampuchi also claiming that Bawku belongs to them. We want to know from the side of the story about the Kushatis, and we also want to know from the side of what? The Mampuchi. Now, when you look at it, there are documents available for every Boris Perushal. if you look at all the financial institutions in Bawku, the land was allocated to this financial institution by Mankushis. If you look at a stadium where I even attended my primary education, somewhere in 1975, it was just, the land was allocated by the Mankushis. If you look at Bawku Central, the Presbyterian Hospital, which was built in 1953, the land was allocated to them by the Mankushis. Now, I'm yet to see a single land being given to any interested party by the Kusashis. Now, these are the underlying issues that we need to take it one after the other. That is the issue. Now, let's come to the solution. Now, I will be interested in
hold on, before we even move to the solution, let's tackle the issue at hand. Where we are right now, with the history you've given to us, why is it that the police are being attacked? What role have they played in all this?
That is why I'm saying it is politics. It is the politicians. They have caused all these things for the police. The policemen, all the security, not even the police, but the security agencies. Because when you look at ever since the conflict erupted to, they shot and killed an immigration officer. They killed police, they killed soldiers, and the recent one too are police. The same thing. Why? When you look at during the electoral campaign, that is the assurance they have given them. When we come to power, we will be able to give what is due for you. Now that they are now in power, they feel that no, it is not easy to do it. Now they tend to now blame the politicians, and then they feel that the politicians should rather instruct the security agencies to allow them to do ABCD. Now the security that are also present in Bawku to look after our safety, to say no, we cannot allow you to take the law into your own hands. That is the crime of the police. The police are neutral. All the security agencies, they are neutral until a security agent say no, don't do this or don't do that or don't favor the man. That is why you see that they begin to become biased. If not, why should they target the police? What is the crime of the police? Recently, the police was deployed in Bawku to protect people's interests and look after their safety. Now, these police were stationed at vantage point where they've seen that these crimes have been perpetrated by Kusanti, because that is why, whether you like it or not, the truth is one. The truth is one, and while somebody says it is an eye for that all what is happening to everybody will tell you that it is a Kushachi. Because one, if you are being attacked within Mampushi community, they will say that it is what? A Mampushi or Bawku Council. They say the Mampushi. All what is happening is the outskirts where they claim to be theirs, which is not true. Now these police were stationed there to allow free flow of all innocent Ghanaians, even including Burkina Faso, to move freely. Now they went to a particular point and asked them that they should remove the barrier they put there. They said, why should we remove? We want to make sure that people are patronizing market. Only for them to know that the market is just an ethnic matter. They just belong to Kushansi. If you are in Kushansi, you are not supposed to go there. So that is it. And we never knew that a market had a selective people to go into the market. Because we knew that the market that was created by the Mampusi and the central Bawku market people are patronizing the Kushansis were there. And look, when they even wanted to renovate the Bawku market, it was the same Mampusi who even allocated land for them to move. So after the renovation, they could go back. And in fact, they have given the land, and after the renovation all the people were conveyed back to the main Bawku market. So after the police, they are innocent unless otherwise we also have police who are cautious, and for that matter, they want to take part. If not that the police have no crime, the only thing is that they should allow them to do what they should do, and the police says no. That is the only thing. Now look at IGP. I cannot say I as a layman or I as a common man, I cannot instruct the IGP as to what to do. That is his job. But this man could not do. If not, that how could, is it the first time IGP should visit Bawku, wanting to solve a problem, and yet he concluded by just ending at one taxi, not to even talk of visit the other side so that he can get the issue at hand? In other words, he was instructed, if you go, don't go here. Just stay here. There are audios who shall even come out and say that they should shoot military. They should shoot the police. Why?
See, with this development and order from the IGP, what does it mean for the conflict now? Does it mean that with the police being cautious and there's no end in sight?
In fact, what is unfortunate that the IGP has made that a statement, and in fact, if the whole security authority should take should be unfolded from Bawku, leaving Bawku be a skeleton, then where are we? So do we say that Bawku is not part of Ghana? Bawku is not part of Ghana? Despite the fact that our security agents have been excelled when they go to keep peacekeeping, only for an ordinary citizen to say that police should leave, and yet the police are leaving. Do you know what is going to happen? They are being paid by the tax, and they have given them all the necessary logistics. So they should rather intensify all the security agencies, and then look, just tell the Kushaji and the Mapuche, explain. We want you to live peaceful. We are not interested in any your so-called substantial issue. If you want, you can decide. There are appropriate courts if you want, can decide to go to court. But for you to use any offensive object on our interest is what? We want the security of the state. That is it. But one person cannot just say that because security has been dying, they don't know the solution. The solution is to leave the area. This is very shameful. Should other countries hear this? Very, very shameful. Why should we bring ourselves so low? This is it. It's now in history. First, Ghana IGP.
But so let me ask you this. Yes, are the police officers some way playing a role in stoking the conflict?
Look, that is why I'm saying, you see, initially when they come, you see them neutral. They have no problem at all. They have no problem because they have been providing escorts, people from Bawku to Bolga, from Bawku to Togo, from Bawku to Burkina Faso. This police, that is their work, and they are doing the work perfectly. When you see them starting to do that, you see that before you realize it is the politicians that are advising them not to do that. Now they even accuse the military, including the police, that they are transporting ammunition from Bolga to Bawku, from Burkina Faso to Bawku, because they have been escorting the Mapuches to this area. Meanwhile, you Kushaji who are also flying from Bolga to northeast, Mapuche are not accusing you for flying that route. But when it comes to the security to now, escort the Mapuche out of Bawku because they are harmless. Because they are harmless. For the Mapuche, if you want to meet them, you meet them boot to boot. But in this case, too, they are going for their deliberate.